We have Ann Wiley and we have Lori McLaughlin talking about D-Day. It's 72 degrees, mostly cloudy, and a high of 84, and a low tonight is 65. And right now, D-Day is looking like, I mean, it's better than a week away, but it's looking pretty good.
Yeah. You know, we're watching it very closely. Obviously, looks like a little bit of rain maybe early in the week, and then tentative.
Right.
But you know how it is around here; it could blow by. You never know.
Well, I feel like usually when it says 10 or 20% chance of rain, we don't get rain.
We don't get that.
And when it says it's 100% chance, we still may not.
we may not. Exactly.
Two times, we went to see the Rolling Stones 3 times. And the first 2 times were in Columbus and Pittsburgh. And both times they said 100% chance of rain.
Wow.
And it did rain at all in Columbus. And in Pittsburgh, it rained until the Stones were about to come out. 100% chance of rain at 9 o'clock. The Stones come on. Didn't rain a drop.
Oh, isn't that
Didn't
funny?
rain a drop till like 3 o'clock in the morning. So.
Right.
So
Wow.
you never know.
Wow.
No.
Well, in our planning is when we hit the park at like between 8 and 9 o'clock on Monday morning. So the whole week affects us weather-wise because we bring all the equipment down there. We bring the booths. We bring all the paraphernalia that we bring down. We start setting up our tents and everything. So anytime during that week, the weather will affect us, and we just work around it. That's just what it is. Yeah.
We have contingencies either way.
Yes, we've got it all planned out regardless. It's because it rained on D-Day, so you know.
Definitely
you know, I feel like, you know, it's like Churchill, and you know, they all worried the whole time about the weather patterns. So it's nothing different.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But we're gonna have it no matter what. Yeah,
Has it
exactly.
ever rained on D-Day reenactment?
Yes.
Oh yeah, last year it poured.
Yeah.
I don't remember a pour.
Yes.
The
Poured
week
in the
before,
morning.
in the morning it rained.
Thursday and Friday.
Okay,
Thursday
yeah.
night was
They had to put a lot of
torrential.
straw down there by the
A lot of straw,
yeah.
right. Which in each year we learn more and more. Last year the straw was great going down. It helped the ground cover. People could walk. The vendors area were just deluge of rain. So it all helped. But afterwards, it was really hard to get. Once people trampled on it, it was really hard to get that straw up. So that's out of our plan this year.
Yeah.
So you know, we learn each year something different. You know, we're going to plan to mitigate as much as possible ahead of time. So it's going to be, you know, wheelbarrows and hand carry a lot of items, not drive, you know, on the grass where we did before. There is we actually have with the park a contingency rain plan, a contract, a map that says where we will drive if it's raining, and
Really?
yeah, we actually put that all down to paper.
We try not to destroy the park.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult when you got 30,000 people tromping around, but we do the best we can
Yeah.
to preserve the city's park.
Absolutely.
Now, from what I understand, you really don't need any volunteers for this, right?
No. We got this totally covered. Oh my goodness. Please.
So, we've been announcing that Monday at
Yes.
New Leaf, the old New Leaf.
The old New Leaf behind McDonald's.
That's kind of an oxymoron, the old
You
New
know.
Leaf. Yes. Behind McDonald's, there's a meeting at 6, is it?
Yes.
6:30 actually.
6:30?
But we asked people to get there at 6. That we need to sign waivers, get them acclimated, you know, signed in, and you know, we'll get you seated, get you going.
So what kind of things are you looking for as far as volunteers go?
Yeah, we have some really needs that fit any kind of mobility or any kind of age group really during the week. People just to paint. Literally paint signs, simple things like that kids could come down and do. We do ask that they have a guardian with them, obviously, but families came down last year, entire families, and you know, it's still 1 week before summer. If you're going to be at the park, come down and you know, we'll put you to work. Filling sandbags. I mean, simple. Sit on the ground and fill sandbags for kids.
Do they use the sand from the beach?
We
Yes.
do. We actually do, and then we just put it back. Yes, absolutely. You know, putting assembly, there's light construction work, putting things together. There's a lot during the week. At the event, for the Friday and Saturday weekend, we have the school buses. We have 18 school buses that we put into action, and on those school buses, we look for people to be basically tour guides, ambassadors to the event. Welcome people to Kanye, welcome people to the event, you know, 95% of the people are from out of town. So we let them know what's around town. You know, it's nice if somebody's, and basically you're sitting on the school bus.
You have
and
a
you could do-
script also, so you don't have to make this
Right.
up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We give them literally
So
every,
you don't have to go take a crash course on the history of Connie.
correct.
Or D-Day.
Or D-Day,
Or anything
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
How many people actually died on D-Day?
Yeah, you know. That happened to me in Washington, D.C. It was like the Vietnam Wall. I'm standing there and my nephew asked me that. Huh. I don't know. But it was there. The answer was there. Yeah, it's, you know, we've got just something for everyone. People walking around with donation buckets. I have a great group that's handling the volunteer lunches, but dispersing them to people, getting them around to, we actually, the parking lots always need bodies to help park
Yeah.
cars, because that's huge. That's a huge lot. We're out at Friday. We're out at what locals call the old Kmart lot. It's actually Gateway,
Right.
at Gateway and Route 7 there.
Yes.
And that's quite a feat to fill each of those little nooks and crannies out there.
Yeah,
And,
all around
yeah,
the front, all around the back.
all around the
Yes.
perimeters.
Kmart on a good day on Christmas Eve couldn't hope to have had
Yeah, yeah, as many
parked
people.
as there is there at D-Day.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
You can never have enough.
You can never have
No,
enough.
no,
No. And we actually have, and then on Saturday, the high school lot, which the administrators over there take care of that for us. But it's always good to have the extra people, you know, just the people going, you know, right this way, that kind of thing.
Right.
And you know, anytime you go anywhere, you stop and you want to ask that person a question. So that holds it up. So the next person can say, okay, you know, come around right this way, you know, just to keep things flowing. So, you know, that's really nice. We also sell programs. We actually have a beautiful program that the Gazette prints for us, and we literally share that proceeds with the Chamber of Commerce. And there's never enough people in the crowd, because it's walking through the crowd, it's talking, it's, you know, selling those programs. So, you know, there's just all kinds of jobs. And this year we actually have an interesting task that's sitting down at a table and selling tickets to a raffle for a carbine rifle from Inland Manufacturing. They were during the war. They made the wood. They're actually Inland Manufacturing is a company subsidiary of General Motors, and during the war they started making these carbine rifles. And for us, they have made a replica, and this replica is going to be for sale. It is a one of a kind. The value is $1,275, and we're selling tickets for $20 a piece. 100% of the proceeds go to D-Day, and that would be, you know, wonderful to sell. We only
Yeah.
have 1,000
Great.
tickets.
Yeah.
It's you know, a limited amount of tickets, and we also have it's not just the one raffle. There's 10 also gift, you know, secondary winnings. So it's going to be very nice. So we add that to the volunteer list. Another item to you know.
I bet the reenactors would want to try that.
Absolutely.
Try that.
So they come during the week. They come Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the days that we would like somebody to sit at a table at the registration area and sell those tickets. Even small PX items to sell right there. So it's not just at the event. It's not just Friday and Saturday. We literally get started all week long.
How many reenactors this year are you expecting?
We have over 1,700. There's usually some fallout. At the park, we have capped out who can stay at the park. We literally, when we opened the reenactment on May 8th, within 2 days we had 800 reenactors signed up. They wait for our registration to open. They cannot wait to get here. They tell us we are the friendliest, nicest town, most organized event. They love coming here, so they sign up right away. Not everybody can stay at the park because there's not enough space. So they find nooks and crannies throughout the town, or they stay in hotel rooms, wherever they camp or whatever.
So this must like fill hotels from, I don't know, Geneva or Madison
Absolutely.
to Erie.
Erie.
or-
Yes, absolutely. And they bring, you know, they bring their families with them.
Sure.
So their families are staying in the hotels as well. Even sometimes a reenactor may camp with his troupe or group at the site.
park.
The
The
families are staying somewhere else. Yes. So I mean, I've had a call out to anyone who's got any rooms, B&B or any kind of rooms available. You know, we can fill them because we have a Facebook page, and we go, you know, as soon as that goes up on the Facebook page, someone grabs it.
Well, isn't it traditionally like 40-some states are represented? Have you ever?
Yeah.
And some countries.
And some countries.
In some countries.
Yes, we have some
There you
veterans
go.
that are coming from overseas this year.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's
It's
really
really
if you got somebody from France to come over here.
We
They
do.
do.
We do have, yeah. Last year we did, and we are
Yeah.
again this year.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's fun if you're a license plate watcher to see all the plates
Yeah.
roll into town.
Yes,
It's really
yes,
Wow.
yes.
That's
And this year we're really excited. Last year, for the first time, we gave a Legion of Honor medal was awarded at the event, and that was a really moving ceremony at noon on Saturday. This year there will be 5.
Really?
What time is that?
Noon
Noon
on
on-
Saturday.
Noon on Saturday.
Yes, and those are World War II veterans getting their just due from the country of France. That's from France awarding them. We also were able to arrange, John Patterson was able to arrange, 4 of them are from Ohio and 1 is from Pennsylvania. The state of Pennsylvania also will be giving state commendations. So they will be recognized
Oh.
here by the United States as well as as France. And
That's
the gentleman that comes from France comes literally, he comes from Chicago. He's the ambassador from France. A ambassador from France must give out the medal.
And that'll happen at the grandstand. So if you want to come and observe that, you need to be in the general grandstand area, the stage.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we call that the parade grounds on the map.
The parade.
Yes, the parade
Yeah,
grounds.
parade
In the,
grounds.
and in the program that there's a map of the park. What we call the park locally is different on the map. So the streets change names to the names of whatever country that,
Right.
that takes on. The upper pavilion will be Germany this year. What the park calls the Cove, I always call it the lower pavilion area in that
By the playground.
by the playground. That is occupied France. Up on the where Grove Street makes when you come into Grove Street and you make a fork and you go up towards the upper bluff area, French Resistance Camp will be there, and then on the soccer field, the large upper bluff area will be Allied.
Are the Canadians?
And the Canadians, I'm sorry, the Commonwealth are coming to the.
Maybe your sister will be there.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. We were just talking.
Yeah.
Steve's sister Mary and I went to school
Yeah.
together, and
Yeah.
he told me she lives in Canada now. So they're very nice.
Yeah.
The Commonwealth camp will be at the entrance to Lake Bluff Drive, just to the east of there. And they were there last year, big, huge, sand-colored pyramid tents, and they had such a great time. Absolutely loved it. Couldn't wait to come back. They come in force, and last year they had their own beach landing, which was really cool because, everybody tells me it's really hard to see where they're standing and get a good view. We dispersed the landings across the beach, so there were 2 simultaneous landings. That helped the crowd disperse and see much better views. This year they are going to do that as well again, but they also added to the public schedule, and that can be seen at ddayohio.us. You can download the public schedule. At 1 o'clock on Friday, they're going to have their own skirmish. So that we're
That's
adding
Okay.
more to the Friday
That's new
schedule.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anne is in charge of making sure all of the World War II and now we are also incorporating Korean War veterans into that hospitality tent. Her job is logistically to transport them and their entourage to each of these events that they want to go to and get them there and safely seated and then brought back up to wherever they're
For the
going.
hospitality tent. We cart them around on golf carts, so if you're a World War II veteran or a Korean veteran, first you need to contact D-Day Ohio so that we
Right.
can get you registered.
Yes.
We give you, badges and ribbons, and there is a luncheon for World War II and Korean veterans on Friday at noon at the Upper Pavilion, but you must be registered so we can have a count for the caterer.
Great.
So when do you need that? When
As
do you-
soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, folks.
Yeah, right. Today'd be great.
Yeah.
We can make some
We can make adjustments.
adjustments as needed, but knowing you're coming is 90% of it. Yeah.
And Waters Catering is catering it, so we know we have a count right now of about 100 that are registered for the luncheon. We have more that are registered to coming into the Veterans Hospitality Tent. The tents are located on the tennis courts.
Yes.
So if you're a World War II or Korean veteran, that's the area that we concentrate on for them. It's a lot more stable with the tennis courts. The park installed a concrete sidewalk from that road that goes down to the basketball courts onto the tennis courts, so they have a safe entrance and exit.
Well, and actually, the nice thing about that was that's kind of one of those moments where the park and the park board and D-Day really worked together on this one, because what happened was every year we keep saying we're going to build a ramp. It's going to, when you're walking with a walker or you have a wheelchair or whatever aid, or even just a little unsteady, but you're very proud you don't want to walk with a cane or walker. You're very proud and you're gonna, you want to do that. Well, there's sycamore trees and branches there, and it's very uneven. We're talking about this need to build a ramp, and Hugh Hillier happened to hear about this, and he stepped up and said, well, I can put one in. And he actually made the connection for us that the new tenant that's going into the industrial park here, that just made the papers,
Oh, yeah.
Cashin Concrete,
Right.
they donated the concrete.
Oh,
So
wow.
they've already given back to the community
That's
and
really
gave that.
great.
Isn't
That's
that wonderful?
great. Yeah.
That
And
is-
real nice hand holding, and the park immediately jumped on that, knowing the quality of work that Hugh does,
Yeah.
and put that ramp in. It's right there right now, and it's literally a sidewalk.
Yes.
It's beautiful,
That's
absolutely beautiful. It's going to be very nice and stable.
That's great.
Yes, and it's those kind of things that we know each year. Something that gets us just a little bit better, a little bit easier to make it for
And
us.
it is better.
It
Are
is.
you still offering those rides?
The
Boat rides.
The boat
Yes.
rides?
Yes.
That was a big success.
That was a huge
draw last
success.
year.
Yes.
Lines were.
Yes, absolutely. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning.
Okay, explain
Basically till like
that is.
noon or 1. They'll start between 9 and 10. You'll see the signs. It's always weather permitting, but those boats are pretty stable, so
Yeah.
we can get
sure
we
are,
can get them
yeah.
on. Yeah.
And that's at the lower parking lot.
That is the lower parking lot
Right.
of the beach this time. It's safer and easier to land there rather than try to jump from a dock. So that's what we did this last year, and it's worked out really good. And there will be people down there to, you have to sign a waiver, and there will be people handling that area. So that's another, the volunteer areas that we
That we
work
need.
with. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's by donation, right? There's no
That is by donation. That is by donation. And everyone will have a life preserver. We do have life preservers. We make a call out to anyone who has life preserver. We always look for youth life preservers. We actually purchased some more this year. Each year, that's our way of, we have to spend a little money each year doing another item, whatever that is. And this year, many items came up that we needed.
It's not all
Yes.
big stuff. It's little things
No.
like
It is
that.
little
Just-
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Bungee cords. Go ahead. Explain the bungee cords.
Well, the golf carts handle a lot of the World War II veterans who are elderly, and some of them have walkers and canes and other assists. So we bought bungee cords to actually strap their walkers to the golf carts, so they don't have to try and hold them and be seated.
That
and,
makes sense.
other
Practical.
items.
Each year we find that we need those little
The
things.
little things.
It's the little things that make the difference. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what's amazing to me, Lori, and I was there last year, you're talking 20, 30,000 people there.
Yes.
And after and before, your shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And what it amazes me, and of course is very, and I talked to John Arcaro, who's head of security.
Yes,
I
it
said,
is.
John, there's just never any major problems. He says there really isn't any. He says, yeah,
just
knock on,
jinxed
I was
us.
going to say, knock on wood.
Yeah.
He says there might be minor things,
Yeah,
you know.
there's little-
Alcohol sometimes fuels that, but he said the police presence really
It
is
really
very important
makes
for
it
this
really
because
makes
there
sense.
always is officers around.
Absolutely, and I
Visible and invisible.
there
Exactly. Yes, yeah.
every single police officer with the city of Conneaut is on the duty during that day. Every officer.
We got a call coming.
Okay.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning. This is Ron Wood. Hey, I got a question for the ladies of D-Day.
Okay.
Are we going to have any, or what is the presence going to be of any outside media attention, you know?
I
Yeah.
don't think they can control that.
There actually are media press
Yeah.
credentials.
Yeah, we have a media tent, and there are people already lined up to come for media attention. If you're asking, is Cleveland or Erie going to be there? They are always invited. Last year we did have Cleveland and Youngstown there. A lot of times it's the last, you know, if they cover it on Saturday, you're not going to see it till Saturday night or Sunday, so it doesn't help us. Last year, the Cleveland channels came in, the one in particular, came in and ran it, Friday night, I think, and Saturday morning. We literally had World War II veterans with their families that came right out that day. I mean, just packed up Dad and brought him right out immediately to not miss the event. So fortunately, there was some media attention that day.
Well, that's great, yeah, because I can't understand why it's so hard, you know, to get the outside people. I mean, the further outside to get in here and stuff.
I agree. Well, we've made a joke about the fact that, well, actually, this year we have stickers for the cars, for the vehicles, that say "Follow me to D-Day Conneaut." And we try to get them out to anyone bringing our vehicles in, a Stewart tank, our Higgins boat, anyone bring. So as they're going down the freeway, it says "Follow me to D-Day Conneaut." Somebody might look that up, get the word out. Yes. So, but yeah, you're right.
I think there was a nice article in the Plain Dealer.
There was last year.
There was for the first time.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice
and actually, the Plain Dealer did an article about a month ago.
Yes,
on something. Yes.
Well, where was that other event that we had?
Oh, we had the Cleveland Science Museum.
Oh.
This year hosted a D-Day Normandy 3D film, and because of that, she kind of Googled D-Day in Ohio, and we came up, and so we made a connection where we had reenactors there June 6th. We had reenactors there for their grand opening, which was in May. And they were thrilled to have our reenactors, and they let us put up a table with a banner and paraphernalia for others that were going to be there to see that. So anyone going to this Cleveland Science Museum this summer got a little taste of D-Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a very nice connection. They were thrilled. We were thrilled. It was great. And we had a ceremony with some World War II veterans on June 6th there.
Tremendous.
Yeah. So, and you know, it's really interesting because our reenactors, because they're dispersed all over the country, if something comes up, some of them could show up somewhere to represent us.
Sure.
In a relatively short amount of time.
In a very
right?
relatively short amount of time, absolutely. So, very exciting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I ask this every year, Lori.
Okay.
How big can this get?
I know. I don't know.
Well, it's hit its max with the reenactor camping because we can't put any more guys
Well, yeah.
on
The first
park.
year, I don't think you were involved the first year, but wasn't there less than 100 reenactors? Now
yes,
we're close
yes.
to 2,000.
Right.
So really,
Right.
how big can it get?
Right. It
You
has.
have to put some limits on there, don't you?
Well, we do start Wednesday too at the Villa.
Thursday.
Thursday
at the
Thursday at
Villa.
the
Right,
Villa.
Thursday at the Villa. Yeah.
You know, for the older generation that can't make the park because it is a large park.
And
so
a lot of
the-
people don't want to be around the crowds.
Crowds.
That's
Right.
that's
There's a lot of walking.
We're understanding. Yes, so
So the Villa holds their little D-Day type thing with a luncheon. And,
Right. And they have entertainment.
Yes,
and
they
then-
have a pinning at 2:00. Not a dry eye in the house. They have other the entertainment, absolutely. And a couple of our reenactors try to get over there. We have a Lana Turner impressionist that goes over, and we'll be singing with them this year. The staff there all dresses up, so it's nice to, you know, anyone who, you know, and especially also like even the volunteers that are working D-Day, you're there, but you really don't get to see that part of it. You can go on Thursday and see that at the Villa, and then the movie.
Yeah, we have a movie
The
that
movie.
night.
The
Yeah,
movie.
that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, which will be Sahara with Humphrey Bogart, a period piece, and then that goes from dusk on through. And the parks, you know, the camps are open. I mean, people are starting to be
Right.
there. They're camping. You can stop by the park on Thursday, and you know, if you've got kids, that's a great time to bring them
Absolutely.
down and go visit the
point.
reenactors,
Yes.
talk to them.
Yeah, they're very willing.
They
Walk
through
are.
Walk
Yes.
through their camps, you know, get to actually see their tents. They open up everything to you, their field kitchens.
Yes.
You know, it's
Yeah,
and it's
the
a
right
time
places.
when they're not real busy. Friday and Saturday are insane for everybody there.
Yeah, but that is a good point.
right.
Hello, you're on the air.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Lori.
Hi.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
It's Tom's
Yeah.
mom.
I cannot encourage people enough to participate in volunteering for this thing because you know, it sounds like you're working, but it's not. It's so much fun meeting people from out of town and out of state and so forth. So I can't encourage people enough to just participate. I mean, you get to meet so many different people, and you know, it's the atmosphere that's down there. All the ladies dress up in the era 40s, you know, and so I just can't encourage enough people to get involved.
Thank you,
It's
Tom.
a good thing for our community, and just, you know, like I've talked to John Patterson before, it's only, you know, it's an event. But, you know, if one person that, say, has a business somewhere, and they see this and they come down, they see what a nice town we are and how friendly we are, because you can ask Lori, that's the biggest thing everybody says about how friendly the town is.
They do.
And how helpful they are. And I mean, you know, just like you guys are talking about how flawless this thing goes off, it's just amazing. And all it takes is that one person to come down there and see this, and next thing you know, you could have a large business movement. So I just wanted to call in and encourage people to get involved in their community. If you don't do nothing for the rest of the year, this is one thing that will get you going. So I'm going to hang up and let you guys continue talking about it. I want to say what a great job this is. And
Thank you.
I enjoy the heck out of it. All right.
Thank you.
Well said.
We're talking about D-Day, which is in full force next week. And the person was talking about the friendliness of the town. It just kind of reminded me is I talked to a guy that brought his big gun thing from Tennessee. It's the first time he ever used it, fired it outside of his own property was D-Day County. He come and he said the reason he did it here is he researched who treated the veterans the best.
Oh, we really pride ourselves. We try very hard to take care of those World War II veterans in Korea. And the Vietnam veterans are also, you know, all the veterans are allowed in that veteran tent area. They do home front experiences. You know, the guys are now starting to talk more about what happened when they were there. You know, so we really take care of the veterans a lot. We make sure that they've got water and snacks and
cooling
luncheon
towels.
and
I mean,
cooling towels.
they thought of this one year, you know, like I said, each year we get a little smarter and a little better about what we're doing, but they thought of that one year to put cooling towels to put at the back of their necks. If you've ever dealt with anyone in that age group, they're very proud. They will not tell you until they're about to faint that they need help, and they're very in tune to their needs and take care of anything. University Hospitals is all over that park with first aid. They are bringing down a trailer that literally has
a cooling
station in it. It's air conditioned. There's a bed in there. If somebody needs to sit down, get in an air conditioned building, that's ready for them. That's going to be on the lower park. They also have teams walking throughout the park, and they also have other first aid stations throughout the park.
Well, it's so if it's warm that day, and all those reenactors are in their wool and all.
They're on their own.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, and also, if you've never, you were talking about, if you were talking about if you haven't been there, walk around talking to people.
Yes.
Each little tent is like a little museum too.
It really is.
It's true.
You see soda bottles from the era.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see stuff for shaving and the kind of things they used. Radios of the time,
Absolutely.
Magazines of the time. And
this is their personal items.
right,
It really
and
is.
you know, I asked like a nurse portraying a nurse, and she goes into all this detail about where she is compared to somebody else and somebody that's over in this place, and it's
They've done their
know
research.
their stuff.
They do.
Yes, they do.
They do, and they'll share it with you. That is
Oh, yeah,
that
they're
is
always
something.
willing.
And you know, this equipment. I mean, the really big equipment. This year we're going to have a Stewart tank. We're going to have the B-25. We expect a B-50. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, you're on the air.
Good morning, everyone. This is Lonnie Hutchins calling.
Hi, Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Hey, Lonnie.
I would like to tell you the benefit of being a volunteer. Last
Thank you.
year, I was driving veterans around, and we all pulled up next to the veterans tent, and there was a gentleman there that had a map that he pulled out of his pocket. And we all looked at the map, he was a forward observer during the D-Day, the actual D-Day event. And we noticed that the map was a darker color. It was like it was soiled in one section. And he asked if you would like to touch it. And I reached over and gently touched it and looked at what was on the map and whatnot. And he says, "You just touched the actual dirt of Normandy."
Wow.
Can you imagine the
It was
shivers
so.
that went up and down our backs?
I could imagine.
People came from everywhere to look at that.
Wow.
All the volunteers. This is just one thing that's happened. Many, many, many things have happened from this. It's a joy that's brought to our community. Open our doors and let us enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Well
for all
said.
the
Thank you,
work
Lonnie.
you're doing, and we're looking forward to this year as well.
Well
Have a
said.
good day.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Lonnie.
Thank you.
How many of the locals show up for this? Is it like
You mean
people in New York that have
volunteers?
never seen the
Oh,
Statue of Liberty?
There's plenty of people in this county that don't even know about D-Day.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But it,
I've seen that before, and they write like, "Why did somebody say something about this?"
yeah. I know. It's like,
I'll bet you less than 10%.
you know, it is amazing.
For whatever reason.
When I'm walking around, last year I had a lady walked up to me that I had known for a long time, and I had a donation bucket in my hand, and she put $20 in the donation bucket. She goes, "You guys are amazing," and she walked away. And later I saw her, weeks later, and I said, "Were you volunteering there? Because I didn't realize that." She goes, "No, I was just visiting," and it was my first time there, and I just was blown away
Yeah.
by, I could see what it takes to put this together, and that is, you know, I can't press upon how much our budget used to be whatever we could borrow,
Beg and steal.
beg and steal from somebody.
You know, that's got to warm your heart, and you know,
It does.
it's a lot of work, and we can't emphasize and thank Lori and her staff
It is
for all the
everywhere.
work they. What is it? A couple weeks after it's done, you're working on the next one. But there's so many things to do, and it's a lot of work. But at the same time, is it not a labor of love?
It is a labor of love. It is. It is. Everyone who gets involved, a lot of times it's you just want to stay year after year. Actually, Pat Williams asked me the other day, "Are you going to do it next year?" I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, you don't even want to.
Must be the day after.
But yes, but
Yeah.
but here's what we're doing to try to help make this a little easier on our volunteers. For instance, this year we hired a moving company because we have 4 huge storage units out at Campbell Storage, and we unload those storage units. That is, on Monday, that's backbreaking.
Oh yeah.
Those are huge items.
Very physical work. Yes.
Hiring a storage company is going to take that physical labor out of that. We have other areas that also we need physical labor at, but this is the bulk of the start. And in the past, it took us a day and a half to do that, and we were already whooped physically.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the whole football team helping
And we had the
us.
football
Really?
team helping us.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the football team and the soccer team usually come, and any high school student that needs community service,
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
can come and
Yeah,
help
Ann
out.
wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, tell us about some other things that.
And the football team and soccer team will be there again this year on Monday. On
Yes.
Monday to help us out, and we really appreciate that.
And we have how many Boy Scout troops coming?
A lot of Boy Scout
Lot
troops
of Boy
lined
Scout
up, but they're
troops.
coming like in and out. Like some are coming on Wednesday, some's coming Thursday, some are
And
coming
some staying at
Friday.
Lakeview Park.
They're gonna stay at Lakeview this year, yes, because we displaced them. They used to stay at the Upper Pavilion, and we have moved them. So any locals coming to the event, please remember to go to the Access Camp up in the Upper Pavilion. You actually can take the bus to, you can take it to like Grove Street and then walk there, or if you're coming from the west side, you go to the Access Camp first and then walk down the hill. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's my little tidbit.
We will have golf carts taking
Yeah.
you up that
There
hill.
you go.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is such a teaching moment for all the young people. We're old timers, well,
It
so to speak.
is, and
It's
yes,
such a great teaching moment. And I
Absolutely.
love seeing the kids there.
I do too.
Like
And-
you mentioned, the Boy Scouts are
Yes,
there. They're learning
yes,
about
they
this.
are. They are.
All this.
And
They
if they
absolutely-
come during the week and help volunteer, they're really working one-on-one with some of these reenactors.
Yeah.
You know,
And learning the history
Yeah,
of-
these
Making
guys
the
just like to
connection.
talk, and it's easier during the week just to talk casually and learn.
Yep.
Help to put up the tents, help to fill the sandbags, know why they're doing that. You know.
I was on the beach last year for a different view, and all of a sudden it was like the waters parted, and there was this 99-year-old veteran in his gear,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in his uniform, and everybody just started applauding him.
No,
And he
those
was,
are-
and he was so spry. He was he had a cane, and they were helping him, his family. And I got a picture of him, and I talked to him, and I talked to his family. And he says, and he was so proud. He says, "I'm the oldest guy here."
Yes, yes. He also led the golf cart parade.
Oh, okay.
You know who I'm talking about,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah, and I hope he's back.
We hope
I
so,
think he was
too.
from Madison or something.
Okay.
Or somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
It was really great to see.
Yeah.
It was-
And Lonnie,
especially when everybody applauded.
absolutely. And Lonnie brought up a
deserve.
great point, because there are those moments that happen that are impromptu.
Yes.
You know, just beautiful. 2 years ago, we started the golf cart parade. We had them on the golf carts. We were taking them somewhere, and we just did a parade. And so now we incorporated the golf cart parade.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
everybody can honor the veterans. And
As they
line up,
should be.
and that's
Yes.
Friday.
Friday, about 11:20, we do that through the Upper Bluff area and come back around, and then we take them on up to the Upper Pavilion,
Where they're gonna have
where
their
they're going to
lunch.
have their lunch.
Right.
So it'll be between 11:20 and noon.
On Friday.
So we kind of ask people to line the area, the Upper Bluff, and along and down the hill, so that they can honor these guys.
No.
Can you kind of give in a nutshell all of the battles that are being done during those days and what times and where people can see them?
There are
Either
demonstrations
three?
throughout the day
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Places you can go. We always said we hoped that we would get to the point where we're basically a three-ring circus. No matter where you are in the park, you're going to see something.
Something going on.
So we are there. We also are going to have strolling minstrels that will have different entertainment going on. However, what you're talking about is there are several planned battles that people get their seat early and make sure they're ready for them on Friday at 1 o'clock will be the new Commonwealth battle. And at 4,
That's the new one.
That's the new one. That's the new one. So if you've been there every year, this is a new item to see. At 4 o'clock on Friday will be what we call the Fokerville battle.
Right.
And that is at the Grove Street, the fork at Grove Street, as you start to go up to the Upper Bluff. That is right in that area of Grove Street, and that probably takes about 45 minutes maybe for that battle. On Saturday, 11 o'clock, the battle at
The bridge.
the bridge. It's called the Bridge Battle. It's at Kelsey's Run, the bridge right by the playground there, and then the main battle is at 3 o'clock on the beach. The main landing.
On Saturday.
The big
on
one,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yes. So there's 4 basic battles. The main
Do
one.
the Germans win any of them?
They lose
do.
every year.
actually, last year they did write that into the script that the Germans would take a certain area. Now the bridge battle, they take the bridge, then they lose the bridge. They take the bridge, and they lose the bridge.
How about D-Day?
Yeah.
You're not gonna. You won't ever thought about. Well, let's let the Germans win this year.
Yeah.
Some
That's
people, I think the first time I was there, people said, well, how do they, and they asked some of the reenactors, how do you know when to go down? Is this scripted or how does that work? And somebody said it's pretty much everybody is on his own. If you feel tired, you go down. And
Right.
if you feel like you want to continue, you continue. And I'm thinking, gee, if I'm a reenactor, I'm going to continue right to the end. I'm not
Right,
going
you
to
wanna-
go down
you
right
wanna
off the
fight-
bat. But it's up to them.
It is up to them, but
It's just one of those
and we have actually I would say they fight. Everyone tries to get on the boats. Everybody wants to do the beach landing if you're allied.
Right.
They want to hit the sand. They want to do their run. They want to take the bluffs, and we actually draw cards that they have to
Oh, really?
because
Because so many want to do
so
it.
many men want to do it.
You
So
can't
they-
fit 400 people on,
on
Yeah.
the boats, and they have to take the turn, come back, and everything. So the ones who do it every single year, some of them do step aside and say, "I did it 3 years in a row, or I did it last year, or whatever. Go ahead, the new ones can do it, or whatever." But there is a fair system of doing that. Having said that, Bob brought up a good point earlier. When it's their heavy gear, wool clothing. If it rains, if their clothing's wet for any reason, they're all excited. That boat ride's fun. But when you come around, you hit that beach, and you get out,
And you got to trudge in
and, you
that
gotta,
sand.
and you're supposed to
Whoa.
run
Whole
in that
different-
sand.
it's a whole
It's a whole different story. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, boom.
You're
The
tired.
Germans might win that one.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's a lot of physicality
Yeah,
to it. Yeah.
absolutely.
What kind of planes are we going to see?
We're expecting to see a B-17 this year. We're very excited to have that on board.
wow, that's
Yeah, that's a new one. Both
great.
both the B-25 and the B-17 will be out of the Yankee Air Museum out of Michigan, and one is called Yankee Warrior, one is Yankee Lady, and eyes to the skies because that'll happen. We also have air power on Friday as well, which we have had in the past, so we will have it on Friday as well. The Stewart tank is new. It's a slightly smaller tank than the Sherman tank. It will be firing 10 gauge. It won't be as loud, but it will be there.
And it'll be down on
the beach.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, we won't
yes.
have a tank up on the bluff this year.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And to get up close and personal to that, during the week, it will be easier to go on Port Authority property there
Right.
in that
Right.
at the end of Naylor there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We encourage people to come all week. I mean, come see it all week. And we do get people driving by and just saying, hey, thanks for what you're doing. We really appreciate it. And that's really that really warms us too.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Makes it all worth it, doesn't it?
It does.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that because and the volunteers need to hear that because
Yes.
a lot of them you have
Exactly.
no idea what goes on.
Well, if you talk to the reenactors, they'll tell you. Like, is this your first year here? None of them say that.
No,
I keep coming back, and this is the best, and it's the best organized, and it's the best that treats the
Reenactors.
and the veterans and
And the
all.
veterans.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of logistics that goes on behind the scenes.
And
that
her
nobody
husband
ever
Bill
sees.
runs that. I'll tell you what.
It's like preparing for D-Day.
Yes, and I get questions as a chief operating officer. I'm in charge of logistics and security and things, and the veterans area. And if I didn't have great people managing those areas, like Ann manages the veterans, Bill Wiley handles logistics. 18 in and out at different times, 18 school buses, and they make the call on the fly. Managing all of that is crazy. Golf carts. Who's going to be on the golf carts? What shift it is? We even added a shift at night to take the reenactors over to the Lakeshore Elementary to get back to their vehicles, so they could go out and spend their money in town, which we love to see. And then John Arcaro taking care of that security. I mean, he just lines up the people that he feels is best suited for those positions, and they're just wherever they're at throughout the park. We
And
even
Roy
added
takes care of the
Roy takes care of the
track.
Boy Scouts, lining those, and I get questions like, we have 45 people coming, do we have space for them? I don't know how much space does 45 people with tents take. I don't know that. So
Roy knows that.
Roy knows that, and so it's those go-to people. Yesterday we were talking about making sure the Higgins boats go into the boat club. Actually put in a crane, a swing,
Yeah, okay.
an arm to put the boats in this year. Making sure the boats come at the same time. We can get that done at the same time. They come out at the same time. That's logistically, like one of the boats comes from Piqua and one comes from Asheville, so putting those in at the same time, getting everybody to agree, and that came up yesterday. Just what about this trailer and the gooseneck trailer, and I'm just like, okay, Bill, because I mean it's beyond. It really is beyond.
You wanted to bring up a couple points, and we also the museum. Talk about that just a little bit about that. People can go there.
Absolutely. We will have open house hours Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, basically around 4 o'clock as things wrap up at the park to about 7 o'clock. And we will be there. It's an open house. You will see some of the paraphernalia that we already have donated to the museum, and kind of a start of a concept that we're...
Okay, this
And
is
it's
the old
located at
Yes.
Lake and Harbor.
Lake and Harbor.
The old Hungarian church, and
Yes.
there's a video will be online later today that tells you a
Fabulous.
little bit more about that.
That's
Okay.
good.
So,
great.
but we wanted to touch on that at least.
Government partners and
Yes. We want to really acknowledge the city, the street departments, the schools. There are so many people in this town that work behind the scenes, and so many government agencies that really help us out. We'd never be able to make this work without them.
Absolutely. The Port Authority. I mean, people that
Yes, the
step
Port
up
Authority.
that just, I mean, and now, I mean, we're at the point, like, a couple years ago, it used to be, you know, this is Lori from D-Day, you know, well, what? You know, and now it's, what do you need?
Yeah.
I mean, now they're calling me. If I have forgotten to call them, they're calling me.
Calling.
Do you need me this year to do this? You know, is this, are we still handling this? You know, it's like, it's phenomenal.
That's great.
It's phenomenal. That really, the
Thank
red
you,
carpet,
everybody.
the red
Yeah.
carpet is out for us.
Thank
I
you.
really, yes, absolutely. And the other thing I want to bring up also at the Conneaut Post Office, they stepped up this year. I'm so excited. We're going to do a mail call at the event, just like in World War II when you sent a letter or cookies or gum or whatever you sent to a soldier. It will get to a soldier at the event. So right now, you can write a letter, get the kids involved, send a letter. You can do it as any soldier, D-Day reenactment, Conneaut Post Office, 268 State Street here in Conneaut. Send the letter now, and they will hold it and hand it out Friday and Saturday
To the reenactors.
to the reenactors.
a great
So
idea.
you can write the letter to, like, it could be themed for a reenactor, or it could be themed as a World War II person. And then, you know, you can do them.
And they'll just choose people at random to give
They
them?
will. They will choose people at random,
That's
and
great.
people will come up, and then you can send them a thank you card for coming to town. You know, welcome them back. You know,
Enjoyed what you do, anything like that.
yes.
If
Yeah.
you
You know,
want
I
to
would-
make it, if you want to make a letter specifically to a World War II veteran, they'll bring them to the veterans tent.
Okay.
You know, thanking the
Excellent.
veteran, the
That's
guys that were
that's
really there.
Was that the post office idea? Was it?
Well, it actually came up on our Facebook page, and somebody said, "I have a friend who's going to be a reenactor there. Can I send them a letter?" And it just flew up
Snowballed from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Tremendous.
Really cool.
Right.
Really cool idea.
We're just about out of time. Give us the website because that's
Yes, ddayohio.us. ddayohio.us.
We really didn't.
We didn't even touch on the PX, all the items we have. I have the T-shirts.
And the fact of what it does for the community and all the restaurants that are filled and all the stores. I saw
Absolutely.
something on Facebook. You might want to gas up before you get to Conneaut because prices of gas just went up.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That was a refinery, not a Conneaut issue.
Right, I mean, anywhere in this,
Yes,
the next
yes.
states
Midwest.
around here, you're going to have
Midwest.
that.
Lori, thanks. And your
Thank you,
Thank
Lori.
you, everybody.
And thank you,
Yeah.
Ann.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Get down somewhere sometime to D-Day, Ohio at Township Park